A few weeks ago, one Polymarket wallet made over $500,000 on a single political market. Not by gambling, not by guessing, and definitely not by getting lucky. This was an insider-style trade. The market was centered around Venezuela's leadership, something most people wrote off as unpredictable, messy, and impossible to trade. But someone didn't see chaos. They saw timing, and more importantly, they saw who was involved behind the scenes. Before I break down exactly what this trader knew and how this connects directly to Trump world politics, I want to be clear about something. I didn't just study this trade for entertainment. I've been using the same framework to hit wins like these, trades where the outcome wasn't obvious to the public yet, but the process was already moving in one direction. And in this video, I'm going to show you so much real sauce behind my strategy, step by step, so you can understand how this works and start getting your bread up too, without gambling and without guessing. Now let's talk about what actually happened here. This Venezuela trade didn't exist in a vacuum. The timing lined up almost perfectly with Trump-aligned political pressure, changes in diplomatic language, and quiet shifts that never show up in headlines until it's too late. If you've followed US politics long enough, you know how this works. When something is about to move, the noise dies down first. Denials stop. Messaging softens. Silence takes over. That silence is the signal. While retail traders were waiting for confirmation, insiders were already acting like the outcome was inevitable. Because political outcomes don't flip overnight, they move through phases: internal agreement, external coordination, strategic positioning, and only at the very end does the public get told what already happened. This trader entered during that gap, when reality had already shifted, but Polymarket was still pricing uncertainty. And that's the entire edge. Polymarket doesn't move on truth, it moves on consensus. Prices only adjust when enough people believe something is real. Insiders don't need belief, they need confidence in the process. So when the market was still sitting in the middle, this wallet was loading positions early. That's why this wasn't luck. And this is also why most people lose on Polymarket. They trade outcomes instead of timelines. They chase price instead of inevitability. They wait for volume instead of asking why volume hasn't arrived yet. Political markets are especially slow because information is asymmetric by nature. The people closest to power always know first. By the time the story hits the news, the trade is usually over. But here's the important part. You don't need to be an insider to profit from this. You just need to understand how insiders think and how Polymarket misprices that behavior. The mistake retail traders make is assuming Polymarket is about predicting the future. It's not. It's about spotting when the future is already decided, but the market hasn't caught up yet. That's why I don't start with Twitter. I don't start with vibes. I don't even start with price movement. I start with the market itself. When I see a political market like this, the first thing I do is read the resolution rules line by line. Political trades don't resolve on what should happen, they resolve on what technically qualifies as happening. That difference matters more than the headline. Once I understand the rules, I screenshot everything: the probability, the wording, the timeline. Because once the market moves, everyone pretends it was obvious. Screenshots don't lie. Then I take that screenshot and drop it into Polysight. This is where most trades die, and that's a good thing. Polysight isn't predicting Venezuela, it's not predicting Trump. It's analyzing whether the current probability makes sense given the rules, the timeline, and historical precedent. It looks for dispute risk, ambiguous wording, manipulation patterns, and whether similar markets in the past resolve the way people expect them to. In this case, the AI told us to bet on Nicolas Maduro, so that's exactly what I did. I went back to Polymarket and followed the trade. That's when the edge becomes real. Execution always comes last, never first. I don't go all in, I don't rush. I size based on risk, and I'm okay being early because I know that if I'm right, the market will eventually move to me. That's exactly what happened here. The trader who made over $500,000 didn't win because they were brave. They won because they were patient and early. They understood that Polymarket doesn't reward being right. It rewards being right before everyone else agrees. Once you understand that, everything changes. You stop chasing trades, you stop gambling, and you start waiting for inevitability. That's how this Venezuela trade was made, and that's the same process I use every time.